So today we'll discuss about different feedback configurations. So in these different feedback configurations, what we are going to discuss is that we are having a feedback. So the feedback is nothing that some part of our output voltage is sent back to our input. Some part of V0 is sent back to input. So there are two ways of doing that. That is, one, we can take this output voltage in series or in parallel, right? So whenever we take this voltage in series, we refer it as in the form of current, and when we take this as in parallel, then we have definitely the voltage going back into my input circuitry. So this is the two feedback configurations that we will discuss. Now the next point is that when we are sending this signal or this feedback signal back to our input, this input can be either in the form of your voltage or in the form of your current, or simply you can say that when you are connecting it in the current way, you are connecting it in the series, or when you are connecting it in the voltage, you are connecting that in the shunt or in the parallel, right? So I guess you all know that shunt and parallel are one and the same thing. So these four combinations will be there. It means that once I can have a voltage series combination, it means the output will be sent back to the input. When output is taken in the voltage form, so I will take here voltage, and when it is sent in the series, so I will call it as voltage series configuration. So this is one way of my feedback configuration that I will use here. Second could be again I will take the output in the voltage, but I'm going to send it in the shunt form. It means that output voltage or the part of the output voltage will be attached with the input in the shunt way, or both are in parallel. Input and this part of this output voltage will be in the parallel. Third could be that I can have this output, I will not say here the voltage, because now I'm using here the series. So in series we have the current form, so I will use here this output current will be sent back to my input either in the series or in the parallel. So I will use here one configuration as current series, and fourth one is the current shunt. So out of these four configurations, the most important is the voltage series and the voltage shunt. So today I want to discuss these two, voltage series and voltage shunt configurations, in detail with you. If I give you a block diagram of these four, it could be, you can say that these can be represented. If I take first one as the voltage series, so for the better understanding, I'm sorry, I will take here a block for an op-amp. This is my operational amplifier. This operational amplifier will definitely have two inputs, and it will have two, or I'm going to take here two outputs. One will be my ground, for example, and across this I'm going to take my load resistor RL, right? And for example, if I'm connecting here one with a voltage source or simply my input, this is a very simple diagram in which I'm taking one input voltage, and my output will be taken across this RL, or simply you can say here across these two terminals your output voltage will be there. So as I'm taking the case of voltage series, so as I said, in the voltage, what is going to happen, you are going to take the output voltage. So how I will take this output voltage back to input, it means I have to take here the parallel combination. So what I will do here, I will take two connections over here, and these two will be nothing but the output voltage, because these are connected in parallel. So it means whatever the input output that is there, that will be now obtained across in parallel combination. So this will be sent into some feedback circuitry. As I said, that some part of this output voltage will be sent back. So definitely, this is feedback circuit. So this will be sent to the feedback circuit, where some part of it will be transferred and it will be available at the output of the feedback, and we normally call that voltage SVF. Now as it is series, it means now it should be sent in the series combination to this input voltage. So when I said in series combination, definitely this VF and the VIN must be connected in series. So this is how I will connect my voltage series configuration, where the output is taken in parallel and it is sent back in the series. Is it clear to you? This is voltage series. Second, if I have to draw the voltage shunt, in the voltage shunt, what we are going to have, again I will draw my two blocks. One is the operational amplifier block, which is providing me the forward gain, and one is the feedback circuit, which is reducing my output voltage to a small value. Now again here an input will be connected, so I have connected this input and I am assuming this second terminal to be grounded. So let this voltage be V, and let me take current also here as IE, and definitely I am getting the output across a resistor RL. So I am drawing here RL also. Now look here, as I am saying voltage shunt, so first one is for this output voltage, output part. So it means the output part will be taken with the through the voltage. It means there must be a parallel combination, because I am taking here the voltage. अगर मैंने voltage लेनी है तो मुझे parallel combination लेना पड़ेगा. It means this parallel combination will be sent to this feedback circuit, right? Second is again shunt. Shunt means parallel. It means whatever the output I am getting from this feedback circuit, which was earlier I have told you is equal to VF, so it is now sent in the shunt. Earlier it was sending in the series. So series में क्या हो रहा था, जो VF और Vin थे, if I write here positive negative, so they are, you can see here that these two are adding or subtracting each other, plus minus will be there. It means they are connected in series. But now here what I am saying that this must be connected in parallel, because shunt is there. So when I have to connect it in parallel, definitely I will make a connection like this. So this will be my value or the block diagram of my voltage shunt. If I take the case of IN, so IN is my total input current. Some part of it will go inside it. We have studied that is denoted by the IB or the base currents. So I have named it IB over here. Second is the IF. So that is the feedback current. So this is my voltage shunt configuration. Similarly, if I take the case of third one, that is current series. In current series, again I will draw my operational amplifier here, my feedback circuit, op amp, this is feedback circuit, and now look here, the output is taken, or let me, if I draw my output, this is my load resistor. Okay, I will not ground it, ground and everything. Simply I draw these two lines over here. Like this. So these are two input and output. As I said that the output will be taken in the form of current that will be sent to the feedback circuit. So the current आप लेंगे तो definitely that must be connected in series. So instead of parallel connection, which we have done in the case of voltage one, where you can see this one was also parallel combination, this one was also parallel combination, but in the case of current series, what I am going to do, I am going to take the series combination. It means some load resistor will be connected over here and it will be sent to the feedback circuit. Now it is connecting at the input again with the series combination. It means whatever the input is there, that will be available in series. So this feedback input will be connected. If I draw this voltage, input voltage over here, let this be input voltage plus minus. So this feedback voltage or the current, whatever you want to represent here, that must be connected in series. So this is, you can see here the current series combination is there. Sorry, it is current shunt. In the series we have to so if I use here a voltage source, so in the series it will be like this, right? So this will be the series combination. Similarly, last one is the current shunt. Already I have drawn it by mistake. So the current shunt will be exactly same, but the input will be connected in parallel. So you will find this thing exactly same. The output is taken in the form of current. This is your RL, this is op amp, and this is feedback. and over here I will take the now the parallel combination. So in the parallel, what I will do, I will connect this input, and in parallel to it I will connect my feedback value or the feedback voltage, whatever you want to say. Right, is it clear? So these are the four combinations or the four possible feedback configurations in the case of operation amplifier: voltage series, voltage shunt, current series, and current shunt. Now out of this I am going to discuss in my today's lecture only two configurations, that is voltage series configuration and voltage shunt configuration. And why I am discussing only these two, we will come to know after completing it. So let me start with the, I guess it is clear to you all. इसमें किसी को doubt? आइडिया लग गया थोड़ा सा? Okay, so I will start with my first configuration, that is voltage series feedback configuration. Voltage series feedback configuration. So I will go in detail now, and I will find some values related to my output resistance, input resistance, and the gain. So let me draw the diagram. I want this diagram to be more elaborative ताकि आपको पूरा idea लगे. Or in this case I have just discussed that voltage series is nothing but the output is taken in parallel and sent back in the series. But I have used here the blocks for the op-amp and the feedback circuit. Now I will draw these complete blocks. So for an operational amplifier, we have this symbol, and you know there are two terminals, positive and negative. And if I draw this biasing voltages also, so you will have plus VCC and minus VEE, right? This is my output over here, and we have two input, non-inverting and inverting terminals. So what I will do here, I will apply the input at the non-inverting terminal. Over here, this is my input to the non-inverting terminal. I can ground it, right? And I said that this is a feedback and we use negative feedback, so definitely feedback resistor will be there. So this is the resistor which is connecting my input to the output, and input one is the negative one, so that's why it is my negative feedback. So I will name this resistor RF. We have done it earlier also. And along with it I have one more resistor, that is R1, and R1 is connected in this way, right? So these are the some things that we have already discussed, that how we do the feedback in a operational amplifier. This is a negative feedback and the input is applied at the non-inverting terminal. So I will name here as non-inverting amplifier. Non-inverting configuration we are discussing, non-inverting amplifier. Now the output is taken across a load resistor. So I will draw a load resistor here, RL, right? Now this is also connected to ground. In some of the books what you will find that this ground and this ground is all connected together. So I will draw this diagram where I will connect all these together. Okay, let me draw this resistor R1 again. So what I will do, I will connect these three together, and then I will say it is now combinedly grounded. So this is one and the same thing. There is no issue in that. You all understand it. Now look here, if this is my RL, so definitely this is my voltage across this RL. So I will name here this voltage as V0. Look here, this voltage which is across these two terminals or across this load resistor RL is also available between this point and this point. If you look here, there are two paths. One is this one and this one, which is denoted across the voltage RL as V0, and second one is the voltage between the RF and the R1. So if I take this path, if I take this dotted path, you can say that if I take the voltages across RF and R1, that must be equal to V0. So this total voltage is not going back to my inverting terminal. If I have to find the voltage at this inverting terminal, or if I name this voltage as V2 and this voltage as V1, so you can see here that V2 voltage is nothing but the voltage with respect to the ground, or can I say this V2 voltage will be available at this point also. So this point will be also V2 because they are all same. So can I say the voltage across this resistor R1 is my V2 voltage. But what is my V0? V0 is the voltage across RF and R1. तो ये वाली हमने अभी, अगर डायग्राम को थोड़ा सिंपल करके मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करूँ, सो कैन आई से दिस इज द V0 point and this is my V2 point, where this is RF and this is R1. So the point to understand here is that V2 is the voltage that is being fed back into my inverting terminal, whereas the output voltage is between the RF and R1. So can I say here that V2 is some part of my output voltage, which is given as R1 into V0 upon R1 plus R2. So this is the voltage divider formula. So that's why I was telling you in the previous blocks that some part of your voltage is fed back into the input. So what is that part of voltage which is at across R1, right? That R1 voltage is equal to the R1 by R1 plus R2 into V0. So I guess it is also clear to you that we are sending only a part of my output voltage, and this RF and R1 combination is my feedback circuit. So I can also name this voltage V2 voltage as, if I take plus minus over here, so this is VF voltage or the feedback voltage, right? We have a gain over here of this operational amplifier. Now you can see that this voltage is applied in series. Why in series? Because if I take the input resistance also, in this case we know this input resistance is very high as per our equivalent circuit. This is Ri. So look here, this Vf is connected in series with this voltage. Let this voltage be V in. So these two are connected in series and we are taking the output in parallel. So that's why this configuration is voltage series feedback configuration, because we have this feedback network. So I guess this diagram is clear to you. This is the detailed diagram which I have drawn only in the form of blocks. So let's drive few things over here. Before moving to drive few things, I want to add few terminologies over here. One which we have studied as an open loop gain. So what was open loop gain? Anyone? It was denoted with the value A, and A was equal to, what was open loop gain? We always say that open loop gain is equal to, if this is my output voltage V0, so gain is output upon input, and input we have taken as VID. That is the difference of the two input voltages. So that was called open loop gain, where VF and V in were not considered. So can I say that A is nothing but equal to V0 by VID? Second terminology that we have used is the closed loop gain. What is closed loop gain? That when we have applied the feedback. So closed loop gain will be denoted by AF, that is gain with feedback, and it is equal to, what will be this? So now earlier we have only this block, they came at dotted section 7 around. For the open loop thing we have, just a minute, for the open loop thing we have just this part. So definitely the output upon input was the gain, so output over here was V0 and input was VID, or simply the difference of V1 and V2. But when we are talking about the closed loop, we have to consider this complete feedback circuit also along with it. So this will be my block now. So if this is my block, what will be my output? Output is same, V0, but what is my input? Input is V in. So can I say here that in this case my AF is nothing but equal to V0 upon V in. So this is my closed loop gain. And third, if I have to take the case of my feedbacks gain, we also represent in the form of feedback gain also. So feedback gain is normally denoted by B, and B is nothing but, if I look at this feedback circuit, if this is my feedback circuit, I will draw this. This is my feedback circuit, only this part. So if I look here, what is my output? Output is VF, and what is input? Input is V0. So can I say here this feedback circuit, feedback gain is equal to VF by V0? Is it clear now? So these are the three things, A, AF and B, that we are going to use here. Also if I write here that this VID, in this case where VID is nothing but equal to the difference of the two voltages. The positive one is V1 and the negative one is V2, because positive is connected to the non-inverting terminal and V2 to the inverting terminal. So can I say that VID is equal to V1 minus V2? Or in other form, I can also say that if we look at this circuit, although this is very complicated, बहुत ज़्यादा confusing हो गया, मैं थोड़ी सी चीज़ें मिटा देता हूँ इसमें. ताकि आपको थोड़ा इजी हो जाए. So I will join these things. Right. So look here, what I want to discuss. VF, VID and VIN. If I took this complete circle, which is going from here, then going from RI and coming back from here. So if I take these three voltages in a closed path, definitely as per the KVL, it states that the sum of all these three voltages must be equal to 0, or the voltage sources must be equal to the voltage drop. So source is only over here, that is equal to VIN, that must be equal to VID, right? This is positive, negative, positive is connected to negatives, but it is a drop. Sorry, positive is connected to positive, VID is positive and this negative, so it is a drop, so it is in the right hand side VID, and this negative is connected with positive, it means these two will be added up, so it will be VF. So we have VIN equal to VID plus VF. So I can write here VID is nothing but equal to, in the form of VID, if I have to write, then it will be VIN minus VF. So I will write VID will be equal to VIN minus VF. So with the help of this, I am going to find first my closed loop voltage gain. So let us first take the case of closed loop voltage gain. Now what is this closed loop voltage gain? When I am saying closed loop, it means I am going to take the feedback also, so it will be AF, and we have already came here to know that AF is equal to V naught by VIN. So we have AF is equal to V naught by VIN. So I'm going to use this equation to find my closed loop gain. What is V naught? If I take here this case, A is equal to V naught by VID. So can I say that this V naught is equal to A times of VID? So can I write in place of V naught as A times of VID divided by VIN as it is? And what is VID? Can I use this V1 minus V2? So it will be equal to A times of V1 minus V2 divided by VIN. Now look, what is the value of V1 and V2 over here in my circuit? If I look at this V1, this part V1, let me use a different color, this V1. So this V1 is nothing but the voltage with respect to the ground, it is equal to VIN. So can I write here that this V1 is equal to VIN. What is V2? This is my V2. So this V2 is nothing but with respect to ground, can I say it is also equal to VF, because this is the voltage across resistor R1. So can I say here that V2 is equal to VF, and we have already obtained this VF. कितनी निकाली थी हमने? In terms of V naught we have obtained equal to R1 into V naught upon R1 plus R2. So this is R1 into V naught upon R1 plus R2. This in place of R2 can I write here RF? मैंने यहाँ पे शायद गलत लिख दिया था. This was not R2, it was RF. यहाँ पे RF था, ठीक है, तो ये RF आएगा, not R2. So I will write here RF. Now substitute these values. When I will substitute this value, I will get here AF, और अगर मैं इसी से यहीं से स्टार्ट करता हूँ V naught से, so I will get here V naught will be equal to, अगर V naught से स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ, V naught is A times of VID, right? And A times of VID, अगर मैं यहाँ से स्टार्ट करता हूँ, V naught is equal to A times of VID. You can start from anywhere. मैंने यहाँ से स्टार्ट कर लिया, ये कुछ वैल्यूज थी जो मैंने पहले निकाल ली. So I have got V naught is equal to A times of VIT, which is equal to A times of V1 minus V2, which is equal to A times of, what is value of V1? You can write V1 is equal to V in, and V2 can be written as R1 V naught upon R1 plus RF, right? And you can further write it as A times of, you can take the LCM over here. So when you will take the LCM, it will be R1 plus RF, and you will get here V in into R1 plus RF minus of R1 V naught, right? Then you will further solve it. You will get V naught will be equal to A times of R1 plus RF into V in. अगर आप इसको V naught को एक तरफ ले जाएंगे सॉल्व करने के बाद, then you will get, I am making this simple, थोड़ा एक स्टेप मैं स्किप कर रहा हूँ, R1 plus RF plus A times of R. So what you have to do, you have to simply take this V naught on the left hand side, because left hand side already V naught है, तो by cross multiplying and everything you can do that, and you will find the value of V naught will be equal to this. And from here, can you find the value of V naught by V in? So it is nothing but equal to A times of R1 plus RF divided by R1 plus RF plus AR. So this is my output upon input, which is nothing but AF. जो मैंने अभी कहा आपको, AF is V output by V input. So can I write here it is equal to AF. Now this is bit थोड़ा सा complicated लग रहा है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम कुछ assumptions लेते हैं. So my assumption will be over here as A times R1 is very greater than R1 plus RF. Why I am taking that? Because look here, R1 and RF might be in the kilo ohms, but A is in 10 raised to power 6. So definitely when R1, which is already in kilo ohms, is multiplied with 10 raised to power 6, can I say it will be in 10 raised to power 9? And this plus, or this, as these are two adding, so definitely they will be in 10 raised to power 6, 10 raised to power 3, as they are in kilo ohms, if I am assuming 10 kilo ohms. So definitely 10 raised to power 9 is very greater than 10 raised to power 3. So can I say that in comparison to this AR1, R1 plus RF can be neglected. So from here, can I say my AF, or the feedback gain with feedback, will be equal to A times of R1 plus RF divided by AR1, or simply A will be cancelled out. You can say AF is equal to, if I take divide it with the R1, so it will be 1 plus RF by R1. So we got the gain with feedback, which is equal to 1 plus RF by R1, and this is the gain which you have already known, which is there in the case of non-inverting configuration. So today we have done a detailed analysis that how this gain 1 plus RF by R1 is coming with the help of this circuitry. Is it clear to you all now? ये कहाँ से आया? Any doubts related to it? No? Okay. So you will see, एक बार इसको देख लें क्या है इसमें, फिर भी कोई डाउट्स हो तो नेक्स्ट क्लास में बता दे. Now I want to make it few more additions into it. For example, if I want this gain AF in relation with gain A, so what I will do, I have to make use of my beta over here. We know that beta is equal to, what was beta? It was VF by V naught. So VF by V naught, just a minute. Yes. VF by V naught, and it is equal to, if I have to find the ratio of this VF by V naught, so we have already obtained VF is nothing but V2. VF क्या था ये? V2 था, and we said that V2 is nothing but equal to, right hand side you can see here R1 into V naught upon R1 plus RF. So from here can I say that VF by V naught is equal to R1 upon R1 plus RF, right? And it is equal to, इसके इक्वल आ रहा है ये, अगर आप यहाँ पे देखें AF is equal to R1 plus RF upon R1 था, but you are getting here R1 upon R1 plus RF. Can I say it is equal to 1 by AF? Or In the simple terms, I can say that AF is equal to 1 by B. This is one more equation that I have obtained. Also, if I rewrite my equation of AF as AF is equal to A times of, look here, we had this equation A times of R1 plus RF upon R1 plus RF plus A R1. So if I divide the numerator and denominator in this equation, if I divide the numerator and denominator with R1 plus RF, then what is going to happen? I am going to write that equation. Look here, understand it properly. It is R1 plus RF. I am going to divide this numerator also with R1 plus RF. This is R1 over here, divided by, in the denominator I have R1 plus RF plus of AR1. So I am going to divide this also with R1 plus RF and this also with R1 plus RF. So यहाँ से अब मैं कुछ निकालने की कोशिश करूँगा. Look here, A I will write as it is, this one. Can you tell me what this will be cancelled out? It will be equal to 1. So in the numerator I have left with only A. What is R1 plus RF upon R1 plus RF? ये भी 1 हो जाएगा. It is 1 plus A R1 upon R1 plus R1. A को as it is लिख देते हैं. Can you tell me the value of R1 upon R1 plus RF? कितनी थी वैल्यू? यहाँ निकाली हमने B. Very good. So it will come out to be A upon 1 plus AB. So it means what we have concluded, that if we have been provided the open loop gain, okay, if I write the equation AF, it is equal to A upon 1 plus AB. Means if we have been provided an open loop gain and the feedback gain, can we find the closed loop gain? Yes, we can find that. Also from here we can see that if our op-amp is only open loop, अगर वो open loop था तो उसका gain कितना था? A था. But जब उसको आपने closed loop किया, now its gain has reduced with the value of 1 plus AB. Definitely the product of A into B will be greater than 0, क्योंकि हमेशा 0 से बड़ा ही रहेगा ये, and you are adding one value into it, means denominator will be always greater than 1. It means now by adding the feedback to this circuit, if I assume this negative and positive, by adding this feedback, जो feedback आपने add किया, इस feedback के कारण क्या हो रहा है? Gain जो आपका reduce हो रहा है by the value 1 plus AB. It is important. So in the exams you might get the questions that explain that why gain reduces by a factor of 1 plus AB. So this is the reason, because of the feedback that we have applied, and this is the you can say the numerical analysis of all these things, right? Now next to this we are going to find the input resistance with feedback. What was the input resistance without feedback in an operation amplifier? कितनी थी input resistance without feedback? Anyone? It was RI. सिर्फ RI थी आपकी विदाउट फीडबैक. जब आपने कुछ नहीं देखा, सिर्फ एक ऑप एम्प देखा, इक्विवेलेंट सर्किट देखा उसका, तो उसकी इनपुट रेजिस्टेंस कितनी आ रही थी वहाँ पे? RI. और अगर आउटपुट रेजिस्टेंस देखते थे तो वो कितनी आती थी? यहाँ पे अगर मैं यहाँ पे R0 लगा देता हूँ और यहाँ पर AVID बना देता हूँ, सो ग्राउंड से कनेक्ट करता हूँ, सो आउटपुट रेजिस्टेंस आती थी R0. सो अब देखते हैं जब हमने फीडबैक कनेक्शंस किए, देन व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन? विल इट इंक्रीज और विल इट डिक्रीज? सो नेक्स्ट आई विल टेक द केस ऑफ input resistance with feedback. So over here I am going to draw my diagram. Again the diagram will be exactly similar. थोड़ा सा डिटेल में बनाएंगे because we are going to add here RI and R0 also for our calculations. This be the input voltage Vin, and we have here feedback this circuit, so this is definitely negative and this is positive terminal, and in the positive terminal we had V1 voltage, in this we have V2 and this is VID. सो आई गेस डायग्राम अब आपको क्लियर हो गया होगा कि कैसे ये डायग्राम बना है. as I'm taking the case of voltage series configuration, so that's why I have taken here this in parallel and it is fed back in my input at in series. So this is my RL positive negative, right? And here I'm going to have my feedback resistor. The series resistor R1. This is my feedback resistor RF. And we have obtained this voltage VF across this R1. So I will not discuss all these things. And to discuss RIF, I will take here the value of the current, let it be I in current. So definitely my feedback resistance will be taken or will be measured across it, or it means simply outside this block. If I draw this block, तो ये जो मेरा ब्लॉक है, इसके आउटसाइड से मैं अपनी फीडबैक रेजिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट करूंगा. अगर मैं ओपैम्प के आउटसाइड से करूंगा, सो दैट विल बी माय सिंपल आर आई. यू कैन सी हियर, अगर मैं ओपैम्प के इतने इतने एरिया से देखूंगा तो ये आर आई है, बट जब फीडबैक के साथ मैं अपनी रेजिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट कर रहा हूँ, सो इट इज माई आर आई एफ, दैट इज द इनपुट रेजिस्टेंस विद फीडबैक. सो इफ यू सी हियर, दिस आर आई एफ is nothing but equal to the input voltage and the input current outside this block. So these are V in by I in, right? I in, what is the value of I in? If I look here, I in is going here and it is going from this resistor Ri. So जब ये इस resistor से जा रहा है, we know the voltage across it is VID and the resistance is Ri. Can I find the value of I in? So from here, can I say that I in is nothing but equal to the voltage divided by the resistance Ri. So from here I will write my RIF will be equal to V in divided by VID divided by Ri. Right? Now what I have to do, I have to find the value of RIF with reference or in relation to Ri. I have to remove this VID and VI. So how I will remove it? This is important. I will first try to convert this VI and VID in terms of V naught so that they will be cancelled out. So if I have to convert my VID into V naught, we have a formula, that is VID is equal to V naught by A, or by simply using the gain of my open loop configuration. And for my V in this VID to be converted into the V naught, what I will do, I will make use of V1 minus V2 over here, right? अगर मैं इसका यूज करता हूं, कुछ गलत तो नहीं किया मैंने. आर आई एफ इज इक्वल टू, ओके, इट इज नॉट वी आई, इट इज वी इन बाई वी आई डी माइनस. सो आई हैव कन्वर्टेड वी आई डी टू वी नॉट एंड नाउ आई हैव टू कन्वर्ट दिस वी इन. सो हाउ आई विल कन्वर्ट वी इन? वी इन का कोई रिलेशन है आपके पास वी नॉट के साथ? यस, डेफिनेटली वी हैव अ रिलेशन ऑफ वी इन एंड वी नॉट. व्हाट वाज दैट? दिस वाज द रिलेशन. AF was nothing but equal to V naught by V in, just V naught by V in. So यहाँ से अब मैं V in को V naught में convert कर दूंगा. So I can write here that V in is equal to V naught into 1 plus AB upon A. So this is how I will cancel out my V terms and I will be left with only Ri and the other resistance terms. So let's try to put these values in my RIF. So my RIF, this thing implies RIF is equal to, in place of V in, I will write here now as V naught 1 plus AB upon A, and in place of VID I will write V naught by A divided by 1 by Ri as it is. V naught, right? So V naught will be cancelled out over here, right? This A will be also cancelled out because both are in the denominator. What I am left with, it is equal to 1 plus AB, and this is the denominator of the denominator, so definitely it will go in the numerator, so it is equal to Ri. So it is equal to Ri, and this is equal to RIF. It means we have obtained my input resistance with feedback in terms of my input resistance with feedback, and gain A and B are there. It means when we had done the feedback, our input resistance has increased with the value of 1 plus AB. So this is again an important formula, because 1 plus AB is definitely greater than 1, definitely this input resistance will increase, and we always want our input resistance to be higher. It means these feedback resistances are making our input resistance higher in comparison to the without feedback resistance. So this is an advantage to us. Next, is it clear to you now how we have calculated the input resistance with feedback? Just the diagram is important. You have to understand this diagram, that where we are connecting things. Although the diagram is also not tough, we have seen this feedback configuration. It means negative feedback is always applied. I'm just applying an input to the non-inverting terminal, because this is the case of non-inverting one. So that's why I'm everywhere trying to connect. I am everywhere connecting my V into the non-inverting terminal. Rest of the things are same. You have to just remember these few steps. Next, and the third one is the output resistance with feedback. So output resistance with feedback. So now whenever we have to find the output resistance, what we do, we make all our independent sources equal to 0, and we add a voltage source at the output, and then we calculate it. So what we do, I will tell you. So if I draw again the same diagram which I have drawn here. So look here in my diagram, I will draw again this operational amplifier. And this is my input resistance. We have connected this non-inverting terminal to the voltage source, plus minus V in, let this current be I, right? And over here I am going to connect my feedback circuitry. A feedback resistor will be there, which is going to connect again my output to my input. I will name it as RF, and we have a series resistance over here. I will name it as R1. This is RF, this is R1. Now this R1 is nothing but V2. The voltage across this R1 is V2, and we have also named it as VF. So two names are there. This resistance is R1, this voltage is V1, and this difference of these two voltages was taken as VID. These are simple things. Now in the output circuitry, what we had a, क्या था हमारे पास, एक, चलिए पहले मैं बना ही देता हूँ, RL था, RL was there, right? And if I draw this equivalent circuit also, this was my R0 without feedback, and we had a voltage source over here which was connected to ground, and the value of this voltage source was A into VID. We all know these things. This is the equivalent circuit. Now if I take, this is positive, this is negative. Now what I said, to calculate the output resistance, what we have to do, we have to short our independent voltage sources. So, or simply we will replace the independent sources with my internal resistance. So over here I am having one voltage source, and it is independent, it is not a dependent voltage source. I guess you all have studied this independent and dependent voltage sources, so I won't discuss that thing over here. I want you to assume that this is my independent voltage source, because its value is not depending on any other factor. So what is going to happen, I am going to short it. Short means it will be like this. So I will simply write here that I will reduce the independent voltage sources, or independent voltage, reduce the independent voltage sources to 0. अगर करंट सोर्स होता तब क्या करते हैं हम, उसको, या वेरी राइट, उसको हम ओपन करते हैं, बिकॉज इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस से हम रिप्लेस कर रहे हैं. वोल्टेज सोर्स की बहुत कम होती है, 0 होती है, करंट सोर्स की इनफाइनाइट होती है. एंड व्हाट वी डू, एंड वी ऐड एन एक्सटर्नल voltage source V0 at the output. So earlier what we were doing, we were taking the output across this load resistor RL. Now what I am going to do, I am going to remove this volt resistor, and in place of this what I am going to have a voltage source. तो मैं यहाँ पर अब एक voltage source लगा दूंगा. Just a minute. Yes. So what I am going to do, I am going to connect here a voltage source, and I will name this voltage source. Mostly for the practical purposes, we take this equal to 1 volt or 1 millivolt, or one value is easy to calculate, but over here in this theoretical part I will take V0. So definitely due to this voltage source, one current will be there. I will name this current equal to I0. Right, now this I0 will travel. This is my complete diagram, so I guess it is clear to you. Now I want to make few things over here. This I0 will be divided across this node, or this will be named here as, for example, IB, and this is IA. Let me denote it with small I, small I0. Now what is going to happen, these two currents will be there, IA and IB. Now this IA and IB we have to find that कितने बड़े हैं, इस पे एक approximation चलती है. If I have to find the value of IB, definitely I will say the higher the value of the resistance faced by this current, the lesser will be its current value. As we can see here that R0 is very small, R0 की value बहुत कम है, so definitely IA will be large. But वो कितना large होगा, we will see. देखते हैं यहाँ पर. If I look here, as I have connected this V into the ground, it means ये terminal ground हो गया, तो क्या मैं कहता हूँ ये वाला terminal भी ground हो गया. Look here, this R1 is connected at this point. This RI, this is RI. This RI is also connected at this point, and the other points of these two are connected to the ground. Can I say that my RI is in parallel with R1? Again फिर से देखिए, this is my resistor R1 whose one end is connected to V2. This is another resistance RI which is also whose one end is connected to V2, and their other ends are connected to ground. It means if I join these two ground points, can I say this RI and R1 are in parallel? Very simple. This parallel combination is connected in series with RF. So this parallel combination is when connected in series, can I say it is equal to plus of RF? So this is that impedance that will be, or the resistance that will be faced by this current IB. Now this RI parallel with R1 plus RF is very larger than this RI parallel with R1 plus RF is very greater than the R0. Obviously because R0 is very small, ideal cases में हम 0 लेते हैं. So can I say that the current IB is very less than IA? Or can I say that if I am saying that total current I0 is equal to IA plus IB, from here can I say that I0 can be approximated equal to IA only, because IB is very small because of the high resistance faced by it in this circuit. So with this calculation, I am going to calculate the value of my output resistance with feedback. यहाँ तक clear है? Any doubts related to it? Any doubts? Please tell me. Time कम है, थोड़ा जल्दी respond करें. Okay. So now look here. As I'm saying, I have to find the output resistance with feedback. So definitely this is my circuit. ये है मेरा complete circuit with feedback. This is the complete box. So what I have to do, I have to find the output resistance with feedback. So it will be at this point. And if I look here, what is my output voltage V0 and the current I0? Can I say from here that ROF is equal to V0 by I0? This is first thing. यहाँ तक हमने एक चीज की कि सबसे पहले ROF की वैल्यू क्या है. Now we have taken the assumption that I0 is almost equal to IA. So can I say from here that ROF is equal to V0 by IA? Because we have taken I0 is almost equal to IA. This is second part. Now what I am going to do, I am going to apply the KVL. Where I am going to apply the KVL? In this path, in this route. Look here. I will start from V naught, I will go to R naught, and then I will through ABID I will go back to the ground. So in this, when I will apply the KVL, apply KVL at output loop. So how I will apply the KVL? I will simply write here, this is my voltage source V naught, this must be equal to the drops, so R naught plus ABID. So can I say V naught must be equal to the voltage drop across R naught, it will be IA into R naught plus of ABID, and in place of IA can I write I naught, so it will be equal to V naught minus, just a minute, okay, not minus, I will take equal to, then V naught equal to R naught into I naught, because IA has been replaced with I naught, right, and second is minus ABID, not minus, plus, because these two are adding, these are two drops. So this V naught is equal to R naught into IA or I naught into plus ABID. So from here, can I find the value of I naught? So I will write here I naught is equal to V naught minus ABID divided by R naught, and it is further written as V naught. What is VID? Now it is important. What is VID? देखेंगे यहाँ पे. What was VID? VID was nothing but the difference of the two voltages V1 and V2. V1 is connected to ground over here because of shorting of this V in. So V1 क्या हो गया आपका? यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ मैं. VID is equal to V1 minus V2, but V1 is equal to 0 because of shorting of this voltage, independent voltage source, minus of V2. Or simply can I say that VID is equal to minus V2, and what is V2? It is VF, so it is equal to minus of VF. So I can write VID as minus of VF. So when I will write in place of VID as minus of VF, it will be minus minus plus A times of VF divided by R naught, right? Also, can I write VF is equal to B times of V naught? Because B is V naught by B is VF by V naught. So can I write here I naught will be equal to V naught plus AB V naught, because in place of VF I have put B V naught divided by R naught. So by rearranging these terms, can I say that V naught by I naught is equal to R naught upon 1 plus AB, which is nothing but equal to, what is V naught by I naught? It was equal to the output resistance with feedback ROF. So we have got here that with the application or with the addition of this feedback, our output resistance has further reduced with the value of 1 plus AB. Higher the values of A and B, higher will be the value of denominator and lesser will be my output resistance. So it is again an important thing that in the case of voltage series configuration, voltage series configuration, our output resistance decreases, which is again an advantage to us or a benefit to us, right? Is it clear? Now one more thing we have here is the bandwidth effect with feedback. So okay, we will discuss it in the next class. So this is all about the voltage shunt configuration, where we have discussed that in the voltage shunt configuration, voltage series configuration, not shunt, voltage series configuration, we have seen that our input, our closed loop gain AF is equal to the open loop gain divided by 1 plus AB. It means the feedback gain has reduced, or it has obtained in the form of RF and R1 as 1 plus RF by R1. Second, we have calculated the input resistance with feedback. We have obtained that input resistance is increased with the value of 1 plus AB. And third is output resistance. We have seen it has decreased with the value of 1 plus AB. So I will stop my lecture over here. Any doubts in the today's lecture, just let me know.